that better?
Yes.
All right. All right. Thank you for the introduction, and can you guys hear me okay like this?
Yes.
Perfect. So I am super excited, and I am so happy that all of you came, and I made a slideshow. So it's called From 0 to 10 Plus, Boost Cash Flow with Midterm Rentals, and I'm basically going to tell you the story of what I've done in the last year. But in order to do that, I wanted to go back a little bit further in time. I do have to put up this disclaimer because they told me I had to. So this is, the information I am presenting is not legal advice. It's the viewpoint of the speaker, which is me. And if you need legal, tax, or financial, or any other type of advice, you should consult a paid professional. And now that this disclaimer is done, I wanted to start with how I got into real estate, because especially for some of the people I've been talking to that are interested in getting into real estate, I just wanted to share my story. And before I get into this, I know that if you've been to some of these REIA events before, it's not uncommon for there to be a speaker who is selling you something at the end, and I will not be doing that. I am too busy with midterm rentals. I am not mentoring or coaching, and I do not have a course. I have a one slideshow thing, and I like to tell stories and talk to people about what I do. So that's all I'm doing tonight, so there is nothing to sell, and please don't ask me to be your paid mentor. All right, so my story of how to do real estate, or how I did real estate, because there is a lot of different ways that you can do it. So I want to start by asking this question of, what were most real estate investors doing in these years, between 2006 and 2014? You may have heard about what was going on in those years. There was a big mortgage crisis. There's a lot of foreclosures. There's a lot of real estate investors who lost a lot of their properties, and there was a lot of real estate investors who were like, oh, houses are cheap now, let's buy a lot of them. And there's a lot of people that were building a portfolio of real estate. So for me, I was not a real estate investor during these years, but I was building my own portfolio. This is what it looked like. I was doing this, and I probably obvious, but this portfolio is not cash flowing. I have hopes that in the long term it will be a good investment, but as of now I'm very much in the red on this one. And so I started out, my background originally, in 2006 I actually graduated with a degree in chemistry and biochemistry, so I'm sciencey. And I had a job in the sciencey stuff, and then right about at this point I decided to become a stay-at-home mom. And I really enjoyed that. And I also became a stay-at-home homeschool mom. And so during these years, I was educating the children. And I loved it a lot. But why we got started in real estate is, this is a photo of the family in 2015. And at this time, I was still a stay-at-home mom. My husband was working full-time. That's him. His name's Joe. He's not here tonight because he's driving around these people to all their sporting events. But I did make the whole family sit through this presentation this morning in my living room because I really wanted them to hear it. And you can do that when you homeschool. This was the homeschool presentation for today. But anyway, why we got started in real estate. And I also really wanted my family to know. Because they know because they lived it, but it's a different thing to see it all up on a slide. And so I thought it would be cool for them to hear it. So why we got started in real estate was, my husband at the time was working. He's a contractor, like I said. And I started, I don't know if any of you guys have stumbled onto those online blogs that talk about financial freedom and this dream that if you have enough assets, whether it's stock market investments or rental portfolio, or you just have enough wealth, that you're financially free, which means you don't need to have a job and that you can do whatever you want. And I love this idea. And I was like, yes, that sounds fabulous. And I want to travel more. This is us on a hike. We do a lot of hiking as a family. And I really had that dream of like, I would love, and my husband, he had a good job, but he didn't love his job. He sort of fell into it because it was the family business. It wasn't something he dreamed about or picked. And, we really just were like, how do we get to that point where we don't have to work, where working's optional? And I did the math on this. I am a kind of a spreadsheet person. And I was trying to figure out how much money we'd have to save
great source of information for real estate investors. You can learn what you need to do to succeed. You can learn the different opportunities that there are in the marketplace, and you can meet a lot of people that know about this from their own experience.
It's a fantastic organization because you can network with more seasoned investors. You meet all kinds of different vendors each time, insurance companies, title companies. There's always a different group of people here. And even though I've been involved in real estate since '99, every time I come to a meeting I learn something different. You could also find contractors here. It's just a really great way to network.
The benefits that I've gotten from Dayton REIA over the years is being able to tap into a pool of knowledge from experienced investors, experienced speakers that allow me to overcome any obstacles I might have from what I'm not familiar with.
Dayton REIA, we learned that this is a team sport, and being a landlord requires quite a few people to help. In Dayton REIA, we found our accountant, attorney, property manager, realtor who furnishes the leads of the properties, and I believe the appraisers.
Dayton REIA in 2010 to invest. The whole team was there. I had a property manager, realtors who had deals, and now I have 4 houses that are all turnkey solutions. I've invested in private LLCs. I didn't bought a note. So by joining an organization like Dayton REIA, you too can learn how to be a good investor.
And we are an approved vendor with Dayton REIA. We've been with you guys about 4 or 5 years now, and we love networking with the members, and we're here to help. So anything that they need help with, you can find us here every meeting and ask us whatever questions you need to.